A new report assesses the ratings impact of NXT's move to the CW network, what the network is drawing, as well as what we can expect NXT to draw on Tuesday nights in terms of ratings in the 18 to 49 as well as total viewership. AEW reportedly is strongly considering a new partner for future video games after the disappointment of AEW Fight Forever. The TNT Championship plans for AEW Wrestle Dream have reportedly been revealed. Eddie Kingson provides an update on his injury status. NWA Power will be airing on X for the next 5 weeks after being removed from the CW app. And the on-sale date for Royal Rumble 2025 tickets has been revealed. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with NXT, of course. It's a big week for WWE's developmental brand as they premiere on the CW network tomorrow evening with plenty of surprises reportedly in store. Now, as I mentioned, Tuesday marks the debut of WWE NXT on broadcast television as the show will be moving to the CW from its previous home on USA Network. The move will come with plenty of trade-offs as the CW is in more homes than USA Network, but the latter is a higher profile channel compared to the former UPN. According to WrestleNomics, the CW will bring NXT to 18 million more homes, as that is the number of households currently using over-the-air antenna. That said, the 18 extra million homes is not a significant increase, as USA Network was already in 70 million homes. The CW has also reportedly struggled to deliver comparable ratings to the high-performing cable networks such as USA. NXT will, however, likely be the most viewed program on the CW, should the program be able to deliver the entirety of its USA Network audience to the CW on Tuesday. The show is expected to have an outsized viewership for the premiere on its new broadcaster, similar to how SmackDown premiering on Fox drew impressive viewership numbers. Unlike the Fox deal though, once the NXT ratings normalize after the highly promoted show, even numbers comparable to the USA Network audience will still be a significant boost to the CW's viewership. The move comes amid WWE's media rights shuffling around the proverbial game board. While the USA is losing NXT, it recently gained SmackDown, which ended its run on Fox in September. This means USA Network plays home to both of WWE's flagship weekly shows until Raw premieres on Netflix on January 6th of next year. CM Punk is also expected to have a major role on the CW NXT premiere, which should bring more eyes to the product. Meanwhile, other upcoming episodes will feature main roster stars such as Randy Orton, indicating that WWE wants to get the new era of WWE's developmental brand weekly show off to a strong start. So what are your thoughts? What do you think NXT tomorrow night will draw in terms of ratings, total viewership on the CW? And what do you think moving forward, once we get into a regular pattern, it will also generate? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, possibly we could be seeing a big change when it comes to AEW's future video game partner. According to an exclusive report from Insider Gaming, the future of AEW video games currently hangs in the balance. Multiple sources have told Insider Gaming that the decision makers at AEW are, quote, strongly considering, end quote, finding a new development partner moving forward. This comes after numerous issues surrounding the game's development. Quote, they, being AEW, knows things didn't go the way they expected, one source said. The game was over budget and it under-delivered when it came out. It has AEW strongly considering moving to a new developer for their games. Of course, AEW Fight Forever launched in June of 2023 to a mixed response to say the least. While the gameplay was fun and easy to pick up, the lack of depth and various bugs was a turn-off for many players. In April 2024, Insider Gaming was told that there was pressure on the developers to deliver something faster than what it should have been. Now AEW is trying to figure out where they go with their games. The original contract with Yuke's called for 1 year of post-launch updates, which came in the form of 4 season passes that added wrestlers, moves, game modes, and venues. The last DLC pack came out in July, adding Jay White to the roster. There have been talks of releasing recently signed wrestlers Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, and Mercedes Moné to the game's roster, but it's unclear where those talks between AEW and Yuke stand. The sources who spoke on conditions position of anonymity, say that the primary focus is around the gaming future as a whole. Quote, everything is on the table, Insider Gaming was told. There were some positives with the Yuke's relationships, and some feel that with a foundation in place, another game could make things better rather than giving up after one attempt. But you can't argue that there are concerns of how things went in the final year of the game's development, end quote. Now, issues with Yuke's and AEW date back to before Fight Forever was released. There was a lot of reportedly butting heads between both sides, including involving AEW Executive Vice President Kenny Omega. At one point, Insider Gaming was told Omega was frustrated to the point of hating working with Yuke's, while others felt that Yuke's was trying to take advantage of Omega due to his inexperience around helping with game development. Quote, no one was really happy when the game came out, a source said. Even before launch, internal talks started about whether to continue with the game with Yuke's, bringing over it to a new developer, and either build on what's been done or start from scratch, or leave the console market and continue focus on mobile. A lot of people in the company want another shot at a console game, but it only matters if the one signing the checks wants to trust them again. When asked where that sits, Insider Gaming was told no one knows. Now, AEW does own the rights to the build for Fight Forever. It's built using Unreal Engine 4 and can bring it over to a new developer if they wanted to build on top of what was already made. It's unlikely that, after Fight Forever went down well over budget and didn't turn a profit, the company would look to have another game built from scratch, but that comes down to the kind of deal made with a new partner. Now, according to Insider Gaming, it's important to clarify that these are currently in the discussion stage. No final decision has been made by AEW regarding a new partner or if there will even be a new game anytime soon. Quote, there are feelers out to some of the larger developers in the space, including some obvious ones, to see what the interest in wrestling games are, it was said. They are doing their due diligence before any decision is made. So what were your thoughts on Fight Forever? And what are your thoughts on the future of AEW console game? Would you like to see another game, another attempt by a different developer, or should they focus their efforts strictly on mobile and other platforms? Let me know your thoughts about that too. Now, WrestleDream is the next AEW pay-per-view presentation, and we could see a TNT Championship match on the show. Jack Perry successfully defended the AEW TNT Championship against Minoru Suzuki on the Grand Slam edition of AEW Collision. After the match, Perry looked to take liberties with Suzuki, but in the same way he came to the rescue after losing to Chris Jericho earlier this year. Katsuyori Shibata ran down to fend off the TNT champion. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer speculated that Shibata and Suzuki could perform as a tag team in AEW, before claiming that the former will have an immediate plan set up for him at WrestleDream. Quote, I think they are doing Shibata and Jack Perry at the pay-per-view, end quote. Now, Shibata recently shared the ring with Suzuki at the special Takaya Mania Empire 3 event in Tokyo, a charity show to raise money for the legendary Yoshihiro Takayama, who was paralyzed in 2017. However, Shibata has not competed in AEW since the 0-hour portion of All In 2024, where he teamed up with the Von Erichs, Dustin Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara to defeat the Cage of Agony and Undisputed Kingdom. If Shibata does challenge Perry for the TNT Championship, it would mark his first time fighting for the title since signing with AEW. He previously challenged for the AEW International Championship twice before officially joining the company. Elsewhere, he unsuccessfully competed for the FTW Championship, which is unrecognized and now retired, and also the Ring of Honor World Championship, the latter of which he fought for at last year's WrestleDream event. Shibata won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship at Supercard of Honor 2023. There remains to be seen if he can win one of AEW's main roster titles. Now, Eddie Kingson, a bit of an injury update on the former AEW Continental Champion. AEW star Eddie Kingson has been injured since New Japan Resurgence back in May of this year, where he dropped the Strong Openweight Championship and suffered a post-match attack from the Elite. Kingston recently appeared on the Da Vinci Report, where he further opened up about his injury and explained his mental state across his rehabilitation time. He said, quote, I'm starting to get itchy at home, Kingston said, noting how badly he wants to return now that he's regained the ability to walk again with weights. Quote, it's at the point where it's like, all right, let's hurry this up, let's get going. He then admitted that the injury has taken a toll on him mentally, but that he's now blessed to be a part of the company like AEW, where he still gets paid despite being injured, unlike his days on the indies. He said, quote, that's the blessing in disguise, Kingston added, noting how easy it is to look at the negatives as a human being instead of seeing the silver lining. He then recalled having to push through injuries during his time on the indies in order to make money in order to pay rent. Kingson was also asked why he doesn't make promo appearances during his recovery time. The Mad King explained why this has simply been the way he's always handled injury, saying, quote, "If I'm not there to be in the ring, I don't want to be there. If I can't give you everything I have, I don't want to be there." Now, a big update here when it comes to the future of NWA Power, as many people were wondering what would happen now that NXT has landed on the CW. And we now know the NWA is coming to X. The National Wrestling Alliance announced that NWA Power will air on X over the next 5 weeks. Shows will premiere at 6:05 p.m. Eastern beginning Tuesday, October 1st. Episodes will feature matches from NWA 76. Of course, as previously reported, NWA content is expiring on the CW app where it has been airing. This, of course, coincides with the arrival of WWE NXT onto the app as well. And finally, WWE has announced the ticket on sale date for the Royal Rumble next year. The 2025 WWE Royal Rumble is coming to Indianapolis, and breaking from tradition, it will take place in February. According to a new press release, the 38th Royal Rumble event will take place in Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts, on February 1st, 2025. Pre-sale for Royal Rumble tickets will begin on November 13th. Then tickets will go on sale to the general public on November 15th. WWE is partnering with the Indiana Sports Corp to bring 3 of the company's biggest premium live events to Lucas Oil Stadium, as the venue will play host to a future WrestleMania weekend, as well as a future SummerSlam, which will also be expanding to do days like WrestleMania. The partnership will also see episodes of Raw and SmackDown, as well as live events. Interestingly, WWE NXT is also mentioned as bringing an event to Indiana, though it's not known if it will be an NXT PLE or an episode of the Tuesday night show. Of course, NXT is set to tour for the next 2 weeks in Chicago and St. Louis, so that could be a possibility in the future. It's not known when the Indianapolis WrestleMania and SummerSlam events will take place. WrestleMania 41 is set for Las Vegas, and SummerSlam will take place in New Jersey, which of course is going to be happening in MetLife Stadium. The February date of the traditional January PLE continues a recent trend of moving the big 4 WWE PLEs just outside of the usual time frames, with WrestleMania 41 taking place now on April 19th and 20th instead of the traditional first week in April. SummerSlam has also shifted slightly, as the late August event has taken place in early August and even late July in the last few years. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.